Hello, everybody. Welcome to Health Coach Tip Tuesday. Today, we are going to be talking about the key steps for improving gut function for a stronger immune system. How is everybody? Love to know where you are joining us from. You are still working from home like the rest of us. Drop the word gut into the chat, and we are going to send you a really awesome bonus. This week, you are going to get an expanded 1-hour training on the key steps to improving gut function for a stronger immune system. Welcome to the Health Coach Tip Tuesday show, where every week we share tips, tools, and resources for health coaches and professionals so you can confidently solve your clients' health issues and grow your career as a health coach or professional. I am your co-host and FDN course counselor, Piper Gibson, and you guys all know the man next to me. This is Reed Davis. Hi, Reed. How are you today?
Doing fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome.
And you?
I'm great. Great. It's a good Tuesday here. So this week...
It's nice.
It is. It's really nice. This week, Reed is going to be teaching you about the key steps for improving gut function for a stronger immune system. So if we are ready, we are going to get this show on the road and give you guys your tip for the week. So Reed, let's talk about, we talked about testing last week. So let's talk about what the next step is. What are the 3 phases of care?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that. Because the first thing that people want when they come to see us, or, even if they go to a doctor or whatever, is they want some relief. They want to feel better for now. If they're in pain, you got to get them out of pain. If they have hot flashes, you got to get them out of hot flashes and night sweats and things like that. We're known for working on the underlying causes and conditions, but if that's going to take a while, then they're going to need a small, brief period up front where you get some relief. People often ask us, how long before I feel better? Well, it should be pretty quick. If we can, once we get our assessment out of the way and get you on a program, then you should feel relief pretty soon. A couple weeks out, you should be on your way. 3 weeks, is what I ask people to be. I ask them to be patient, but for natural products and natural solutions and not using any drugs, that's pretty damn good. So after relief care comes the one we're most concerned with. This is where a health coach earns their keep. Because truthfully, they can get relief care anywhere, right? But it's in the corrective care phase. So this is why people, need to keep coming back. I learned this in chiropractic, because in chiropractic, you could adjust somebody and give them a massage and they get relief. They feel better. But in a week, they're back because they didn't correct anything. That's why most of these modalities like chiropractic require multiple treatments, So that's where I learned relief versus correction. And once you're done with correction, and everyone's different, there's no prediction. You can't say how long is it going to take to repair my leaky gut. One person repair leaky gut real quick, next person takes a long time because of all the mitigating factors. There's lots of other influences, and you need to be addressing them all at once. Finally, what you hope you graduate a person into is their own maintenance care. So relief care, corrective care, that's our wheelhouse, that's our backyard. We'll keep someone up on a program and educate them until they've been fully educated, and they will complete the corrective phase and enter into maintenance phase. Now, maintenance is keep up the good work, don't stop. If you lose the weight and you get the energy back and your skin clears up and, everything else is going good, you're happier, why would you do anything to change it? So you got to maintain it. Maintain.
That's right.
So that means you do stuff even when you don't feel like doing it. And I'll see this about relief care. You're not better. I feel so much better. Well, you're not better yet. That's why the objective findings, you see this right here? You've probably never seen this before.
I've never seen it before.
So it's why we test, because it's the objective criteria that tells you if you're really all better, and so those are the 3 phases. relief, corrective, and maintenance.
So test, don't guess. And then when you get to a place where you're maintenance, retest.
Yeah, if you think you're corrected because you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel better. I must be all better. Well, that's not necessarily true. You could have sort of turned the tide on the symptoms. That's a good thing, but that's just the relief phase. Whether it's corrected or not, often and usually and mostly requires some objective criteria.
So when it comes to these 3 phases, where is a good place for health coaches to start?
Well, you start with deciding, is that a person that you want to deal with, and is that going to be a good customer for you? And you go through that onboarding process we've talked about so much. I really love the idea of interviewing them to see if they qualify for our services, rather than have someone just pick your brain and then there's nothing left and they move on. They don't hire you. So every interview, you begin with a really good intake. You begin with a really good onboarding session, and it shouldn't take more than one session for you, the health coach, to determine, is this somebody I really, A, think I can help, and B, want to work with. They have to sometimes be a nice person or whatever your criteria is. It's not just write the check and and pretty soon I better feel better. That doesn't work in our wheelhouse.
No.
So I think it's the onboarding session, but depending on someone's symptoms, they're not going to come to you without some kind of symptom, something about the way they feel or the way they look. They want you to help them change for the better. They want to improve. They got to really wanna, and then you get to working, and they'll probably feel better right away, but they're not done yet until they've corrected it.
Awesome. Hey, Holla. Holla is joining us from Germantown, Tennessee. And I actually talked to Holla last week, Reed, and she said she is so grateful for you doing these Health Coach Tip Tuesdays. She said they've been really helpful for her. And Joelle.
Well, you're very welcome. We do the same thing for our trainee group. So obviously it's a little bit different language there because they're already into the training, but we have live Facebook Lives we do every week for the trainees. We have other calls for the trainees. And then of course we have a very, very robust alumni of graduates, and we do the same thing for them. So I'm doing this a lot. I've worn out 3 t-shirts just doing these calls.
Just these calls. Well, thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions for Reed, make sure to drop them in the chat. And if you are just joining us, drop the word gut, and we are going to send you the extended replay of the gut healing session. So Reed, let's talk a little bit about root cause. We hear that a lot out and about in internet land. Will we ever know the root cause?
Well, it certainly is possible, but in many cases, you don't ever figure out exactly what it was, but that doesn't matter. You can have an effect upon it, with the right behaviors and with getting enough clues about, what the underlying cause is or is near, then yeah. So that's why we just look at function. Functional lab tests, we use a functional approach. Why? Because we care about how things are functioning. And as far upstream as we can look, we identify a cluster of healing opportunities that I identified years ago are the keys to a person healing overall and reaching their health goals. So those areas, hormone, immune, digestion, detoxification, energy, and nervous systems, those are the key areas that I discovered that if you just fix this, everything else seems to go away. So regardless of what their problem was, I was like everyone else, root cause. Well, there's not enough lab work. It could be really well hidden. It could be so far upstream, it's going to take 20 more years before there's a test for it. But again, it doesn't matter. You can have an effect upon it when you know what steps to take.
Fantastic. I love it. So Let's talk a little bit about health coaches, because this is Health Coach Tip Tuesday. A lot of health coaches lose clients when they can't heal them. What steps should health coaches take to really help their clients?
Well, we have a step-by-step process now. If you're losing clients because you haven't helped them, it's not you. It's the system you're using. We know you want to help them. We know you're totally dedicated. We know that you'll bend over backwards. You'll work day and night, and that's what we all do. We're do-gooders. We love people. We love to help them, and we know what it feels like when you have helped them. When you've helped someone and they're lavishing the praise, it's not an ego boost. It's a heart boost. It's something that makes you feel good about what you're doing. Plus, you've earned your keep, because we work at different prices, but a person's making an investment in you, and while there's no guarantees, you want to deliver on your agreement, your promise to them. That's why we don't promise them a lot. We just create reasonable expectations, but it feels so good when you help somebody. You got to start with that, and then what?
So you have to have that step by step. And so some of the things that FDN offers is a science-based system.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We run the right lab.
What are you accusing me of forgetting what the question is? No. So look, we look for underlying causes and conditions. Of course, we do the good onboarding, we do the intake, and yeah, we use science. Otherwise, what else would you be using? In this business, people are too smart for hocus pocus, and hocus pocus doesn't work. So your question was, if you're losing clients, it's probably not you. You want to help people, and you know how good it feels. That's the point I was trying to make. But you got to be using a science-based system. You got to run the right labs. A lot of them have already been to a physician, and they were told that their lab work looks normal. Well, that's not the right lab to be running. That's too generalized. You'd have to be so far out of whack or out of reference range on those that you'd be, half dead or have a serious medical condition already. So a lot of our clients have been told there's nothing wrong with them. Your blood work looks normal and there's nothing wrong with you. Well, was it on your head then? You just need to take a chill pill or something? No, you got to run the right labs. And then the protocols, there's no one size fits all. You have to use a customized, individualized, highly individualized program. Now the steps in that could be the same: diet and rest and exercise and reducing stress and taking supplements. Generally speaking, we have a backyard, we have a sandbox. These are the rules, these are the tools that we have. But everyone's different. You try putting everybody on the same diet, watch how fast you go out of business. You better have a diet that's right for that person. You better have a good sleep program. Some people work night shift, and they're all different. Some people don't sleep because it's too high cortisol. Other people, low melatonin. Other people, blood sugar problems. Other people, the immune system's overactive. You got to know why they're not sleeping. You got to be able to sort that stuff out. When it comes to exercise, there's no one program that's right for everybody. A lot of people start exercising and they're over exercising, or they're not doing enough, or something like that. And stress is so wide and varied. You can't just say reduce stress. Try some deep breathing. Well, deep breathing is useful, and we use things like that. But deep breathing doesn't solve everybody's stress problems. You better be able to look using the labs at what is the environmental factors, what are the parasites, bacteria, funguses, and viruses. Not to mention food sensitivities, household cleaning products, personal care products. Lots of things that can be stressing them out, including electromagnetic frequencies. I've been carrying one of these in my pocket. Let me show you. And I'm not quite sure how much good it's doing, but I'm not taking any chances. This is an electromagnetic frequency dissipator. So I carry that with me. I have one on the back of my phone. I have one on my meter, my electric meter on the outside of the house. All different things. There's lots of different types of stress. You need to know how to sort it out. So sure, it's diet, it's rest, it's exercise, it's reducing stress, and it's taking your supplements. But again, you And again, there's categories. There's vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, antioxidants, amino acids. There's phytonutrients. There's trace elements. There's these general categories. But which ones are going to be most useful to your person? Are they missing anything?
Mm-hmm.
Do they need support in any certain system? Do you need to stimulate their immune system, or So you got to know what you're doing. Isn't that right, Sally? I see Sally back. Holla and Joelle and everybody else. Elizabeth's been here before too, and Bertie, and the rest.
Well, your tips are very valuable every week, and I think they're really give people a lot of insight. And those that are FDNs, always helpful, and those that are new to FDN or trying to dig a little bit deeper, I think it gives them a whole lot of expanded information. So
the other step, basically, when you're in the labs, you can sort out metabolic chaos, and your goal is to not be the only person that they need to see, maybe, but the last one that actually knows what they're doing. Then your clients won't be leaving you so fast. You'll get referrals. The thing I dislike most about being a health coach is the marketing. People aren't willing to do what I did to build my business, which is go out and do lecturing in public. I love public speaking out, because you get to be yourself and have fun, and, kind of entertain and educate people. And you're going to resonate with some of them. Some of them you won't, but the ones you resonate, you got to be out there resonating for them to resonate back, so that they can hook up with you, and you can do. They can hire you. You got to make yourself hireable. No one's going to hire you if you're not hireable. Make yourself very hireable by getting out there and educating and having a good time, and then they'll hire you. And then if you actually fix or help them to rebuild health, is the real term, they're going to refer you. They should be having parties for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did what you said to do. I did what Reed said. I got out, I got visible. I like public speaking too. So I went out and shared my story and shared what I do as an FDN. And I now can say that most of my clients are from referrals. They come from other people, because FDN works. When you say be the last person they need to see, you got to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
You just have to.
You did amazing. That's why you're sitting there in that chair right now.
That's right.
Talking to me. You duplicate. So that's the whole thing about what we do and teach, is it's duplicatable. It's duplicatable. That's the point. You can't create something. And I've talked to health practitioners who were smart and they knew a thing or two, but no one could follow the system except them. It was just I do this, well then I'll do that, and depending on this, then I do that. So my talent back in the day was recognizing patterns and then codifying things so that anyone could do it.
Well, and that's really what makes FDN work. I was talking to a prospect this morning, and I said, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. If you are excited by the clinical aspect of FDN and you want to help people, then this is probably the right space for you. And Reed's created something that's easy to duplicate. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just do what's set up for you, and you will be successful.
Let me give a little bit of praise there to all the people who've ever taken the course, like yourself, because I learn from them too. I always keep the door open, and yeah, I teach, but I learn every day. And what has made the FDN course the amazing thing that it is the people who took it, who had the courage to say, hey, Reed, what about this and what about that? And now for 12 years, I've asked every single graduate, thanks very much for taking the course. Congratulations on completing the course. And I like to get together with everyone once they've graduated, jump through all the hoops, and find out, how did you find us? How did you get here? And then how did you find the course? And what could I do to improve it to make it better? And how are we going to work together moving forward to make sure you're successful? So that question about, how do you find the course and what can I do to make it better is why it's better. Because I listen, and as we reiterate, and we're always reiterating to some degree, then it just gets better and better. It fulfills more of the needs, and it's not only great content, it's a lot of good bells and whistles and platforms and support, and all the mentoring and practical exercises and things and guidebooks and graphs and charts and things to use with your clients, and all the stuff that you ever wanted. It's all there, and it's because of the people who took it, not just from me. And I'm proud of that.
And you should be, because it's a really awesome course and it's changing lives every single day. Every day. Well, Reed, do you have one tip or takeaway you want to share with everybody before we sign off today?
I'll just say this. If you are struggling to grow your business, then it might not be you. You may not be really doing anything wrong. I mean, I know you're marketing, you're blogging, and you're Facebook Live, and then you're posting on Instagram, and you're doing all the things right. But if you're not getting referrals, then that's an issue that you want to address. That if you're not getting 1 or 2 or 3 clients from every client, then you're working way too hard on marketing, and it makes it a drag, to tell you the truth, and you can't help as many people.
Yeah. Agree 100%. Fantastic, Reed. Thank you so much for joining me again for Health Coach Tip Tuesday. If you guys are watching the replay, make sure to drop the word gut into the chat. We are going to send you the expanded 1-hour training on the key steps to improving gut function for a stronger immune system. And once again, thank you, Reed.
Good.
We will be back here next week, same time, same place, and we will see you guys then. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Love it. Have a great week.